Like I just look like I'm glowing from within. I'm just beaming. It's like the sun just hit my face and it's like, ooh, she's glowy, but not hoey. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. I am so freaking excited because I got my Sephora packaging yesterday of all the Rare Beauty stuff I ordered. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a review, first impressions, thoughts on Rare Beauty. So I ordered a couple products. I didn't order everything obviously because I don't have $1 billion to spend on everything, but I ordered the stuff that initially caught my eye, and that's what we're gonna be doing today. Before we get started, I'm just gonna give a little rundown of, the brand itself. If you don't know, it was started by Selena Gomez, and I just really love the message behind the brand. I think it is incredible. I think she really put her heart, soul, everything, her whole team, they put everything into this brand, and it definitely shows with these products and just everything, kind of behind it. It says that the line is built from simple geometric shapes in a neutral but feminine matte peach with accents of classic gold. So if you can kind of see, like this is, like it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but it's very light pink. Here's like the gold. So very, like I said, simplistic packaging, which I love. And also something that I read, which is so cool, is for packaging, if you notice, most of them have like the top and then like a little ball on top, which is supposedly supposed to be really helpful for people with like arthritis. Selena has lupus, so I know she has problems sometimes with shaky hands and stuff, so it's supposed to be easier to, grip and open for those people. And so I think that's so cool that she accommodated those people for her products, because it goes to show that she really wants it to be super inclusive and everybody to be able to wear it and try it and make it the most practical and easy for all people. So I really, really love that. And another really cool thing about the brand before we jump into it is that she works really closely with mental illness in the community. And so the goal of, this brand is, it's called the Rare Impact Fund. And the goal of Rare Impact Fund is to raise $100 million over the next 10 years to help address the gaps in mental health services for underserved communities. From the first Rare Beauty product sold onward, 1% of all sales as well as funds raised from partners will be dedicated to the Rare Impact Fund that aims to increase access to mental health resources. And there's a lot more information on the website if you're interested, but I just thought that was really cool. She obviously put her whole heart into this brand, and every angle you look at it, there is something that she thought of and took into consideration. So if you want to see what products I used today and my first thoughts, impressions, then just keep on watching today's video. It's definitely worth it. I am so freaking excited to use these products. Got them in the mail yesterday, haven't opened them. I had some major self-control, so you're welcome. But I picked up a couple of the products. I didn't pick up them all because I paid for this obviously with all my own money and couldn't buy everything, but I bought the things that caught my eye the most. So I'll just kind of tell you what I got. But I picked up the primer, the Base Illuminator primer. I picked up the mini one just because I wanted to try it out, like the small one instead of the big one, just to see if I even liked it. And then obviously I bought the foundation, got the concealer, I got 2 of the liquid blushes. I got one matte version and one dewy. I'm just obsessed with liquid blush right now, so I had to do it. So we'll be testing out these guys. I got one of the dewy lip balms. I got the 4-in-1 setting spray, and then I also got the lip souffle cream lip, the red one, her like go-to red, because it was just so pretty. So that's all that I got to try out today. We're obviously gonna put it on the face, talk about it, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right in. So obviously I'm gonna start with the primer. So here's this mini one, very cute. I love the color, it's just very like subtle, very minimal. And I believe this is like an illuminating primer, so I think it's gonna give me like some glow, so we'll see. Yeah, you can see it has like kind of a glow to it. It says that this is a weightless, silicone-free gel primer enriched with ultra-fine pearls for a lit from within glow. The finish is radiant, which I totally agree with, and it's good for all skin types. I think it looks very pretty actually, and it has like kind of a tacky feel to it afterwards. So I think it'll be really good to grip foundation, which is good, but I think it has a beautiful finish. Honestly, this would be something pretty to just kind of wear on its own. I actually really like this so far. Wow. All right, and then let's go ahead and hop into the foundation, which I'm so excited to freaking try. I've watched a couple of videos and I've heard overall great reviews, honestly, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this, so I wanted to watch like a few videos, and once I did, I was like, I gotta get it. And it's just Selena, and Selena is a freaking goddess. I've heard great things about this foundation, so I'm very excited. I know that it says to shake it up. You can hear the little ball in there. It is kind of dark. I mean, it matches like kind of self-tan, but if I don't have self-tan, it'll be a little dark. But if I like it that much, I might have to pick the lighter color. This is the shade 210N. So we will see how this works. And it has a doe foot applicator, which I actually don't mind. I know some people think that's like so unsanitary, but honestly, it's the same concept as putting concealer on your face too with a doe foot. So that doesn't bother me. But if that does bother you, you can just put it on the back of your hand, or if you have like a little sheet, like glass sheet, you can put it on, you know, whatever floats your boat. I think it kind of makes it easy and less messy. Totally covered my face. I didn't pick up any of her brushes or the sponge, but I'm just gonna use my sponge that I usually use for all my foundation. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. This foundation comes in 48 shades, which is awesome. Great shade range. It's a weightless foundation with concentrated pigments that feels barely there while providing buildable, medium to full coverage with the natural finish. After blending out that, I totally agree. Honestly, first of all, the shade actually isn't that bad. It looks a little darker or at least in person, it looks a little bit darker to me. But once I put it on my face and blend it out and with my tan, it actually is a really good match. But the whole weightless, barely there, I could not agree more. Honestly, I don't feel anything on my face. This is the type of foundation I would like wear and forget I was wearing it and like scratch my face or like rub my face because it's that lightweight. Oh my god. And I agree, I think it's a very natural finish. I mean, look, I have like some sort of light to my skin and like a little bit of glow. It might be part of that primer too, but overall I think this is like a very natural finish and I think it's beautiful. It looks like my skin but better for sure. I'm gonna add a little bit more just to see kind of how it builds because it says it can be buildable, and you know me, I like full coverage, so we'll just add a little bit. So funny, if you watch like Selena's video of her applying this foundation, she does like 3 dots and she's done with her face. Here I am like more. Okay, here is about 2 layers of foundation. I think it gives very good coverage. It still looks very natural, but it looks really lightweight. I don't know if you can tell through the camera. I can feel it on my face. It doesn't feel like I have like a bunch of makeup on, or a bunch of foundation, so I'm surprisingly pleased so far. Next up, we're gonna go into concealer, and this is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. It kind of looks like a mini version of the foundation, except for it's like a little slimmer. The ball is like a little more slender and the other one's more of an actual ball, but just a little mini version. I got the shade 190W. Let me give you a close-up of this doe foot. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of a very unique shape. It's like slanted, it has like an angle on the edge, but then it kind of comes in and tapers in at the tip. So I don't know, it's very interesting. We'll see how it applies. And a little bit about this concealer. So it says that it's a lightweight hydrating concealer with cake-free, medium to full coverage that lasts while brightening skin with a radiant finish. Right off the bat, it feels pretty creamy and hydrating, so I like that. This also comes in 48 shades. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. Actually, the tip is really interesting that it like has that little tapered slant because it kind of like fits nicely here. It like tucks nicely in the inner corner of your eye. I feel like you can get pretty precise on the nose. A pretty precise line. Let's go ahead and blend this out. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender again. All right, here is first layer all blended out. Get a good look. I do think it has a very pretty radiant finish. It doesn't look like matte under my eyes, but it still has like that life to it. It doesn't look like it's sucking too much out of my eyes. So I do like that. I do think it's like medium. I actually want to do one more layer and see how it builds on top. Because sometimes concealers can do really well when they layer, and sometimes it's just a natural disaster when you layer. So I'm just gonna do one more little dot on my dark circles and see how that looks. layer 2 or slight little layer 2 under my eyes, and I think I really like it. I think it gives very good medium to full, like it said. I wouldn't say it's the most full coverage concealer I've ever put on, but it's very comfortable. I think it would be really nice also on its own because it is so lightweight and like a natural finish that if you needed to cover up a pimple here and there, but you didn't want to put on foundation, I think this will look really nice. So I actually really like it. We'll see how it sets into place when I go in with powder. But first, before we do any of the powders, I am going to go in with the liquid blushes, and I'm so excited about those. So like I said, I got a dewy version and a matte version, and I got the shades Joy, which is the dewy version. It's like a very beautiful corally pink. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And then I got the shade Bliss, which is a very pretty natural pink, the matte version, or this is one of the matte ones. So these blushes, like I said, came in 8 shades, 4 mattes, 4 dewies, which I like that there's a good variety of each because everyone likes different finishes. I typically like dewy because I just like that luminous, natural, pretty glowy finish. I don't know. I'm going to swatch both of these for you, and then we'll see which one we're going to put on the face. But I will say I do know by watching a few videos and Selena's video when she applies these products that less is more with these blushes. So one tiny dot will go a very long way, so just keep that in mind. Also, packaging very similar to the foundation and concealer. However, the top is just like a very muted gold color, but very cute. So let me go ahead and swatch Bliss for you. One dot there. And as you can see, it dries down to a very soft matte texture, but I actually think it looks very pretty and, like I said, very soft, so I don't think it would look too drying or anything on the cheeks. Let me go ahead and swatch Joy for you, the dewy one. One little dot. Okay, and as you can see from one tiny dot, this literally covered my entire hand, and I could even spread it out more. So like I said, little goes a long way. These are extremely pigmented. So just be careful. It might be better if you put it on the back of your hand and then dip a brush into it and then go in instead of dotting your face because it's easier to add than take away. So keep that in mind. But personally, I love that these are so pigmented because I feel like you're really getting your bang for your buck, and all you need is a small dot and it'll take you a very long way. So it'll last you forever. I don't know which color to use though. They're both so pretty. Should I mix them? I think I'm gonna try to use, oh my gosh, I don't know. Maybe I'll go with Bliss, just because I typically never use matte liquid blushes. I always go for the dewy finish. So maybe I'll use this, and then if I'm feeling super crazy, I might use like a drop of this on top. But let's go ahead and try this guy out. I'm just gonna use my It Cosmetics number 7 brush. I'm actually gonna dot just like one on each cheek and go from there. I'm sure even that's too much, but we will see. Oh yeah. Honestly, the color is beautiful. It is so subtle, but like just enough to bring your cheeks a little bit more life. And the matte finish of it, it doesn't look too drying or cakey. I don't know if you can see, but mixing that on top with the primer and foundation, I think the glow from the primer foundation come through a little bit to make the matte not look as matte. Even that little dot gave me like just enough pop of color, but I actually do think I am gonna go a little bit with this and see how it looks. Like the smallest of dots, literally, because this stuff is like so much pigment. Like so small. That's literally probably too much. Okay, that's very pretty. Wow. You saw how little I used and how much payoff I got. Like that is the perfect amount of blush. I'm just gonna use my beauty blender just to go over any harshness. Okay, went ahead and went off camera and set my face down. I'm added some bronzer, some brows, eye stuff, all that stuff because I don't have anything from her with that, so I just did it off camera. I am going to, I think since I have 2 lip products, I'm going to use the Matte Souffle as like the final lip product, but I'm just gonna swatch this on my lips and show you kind of while they're bare just what it looks like. And we can see it together. So this is the Dewy Lip Balm, and I got this shade Praise. So there are 8 shades of the Dewy Lip Balm. I almost got Thankful, which is a nude mauve, but I always go for nudes in that like undertone. So I decided to do something different. So I got the Praise one, which is a muted peach. And I'm really excited to try this one out. This is what the component looks like. Very cute, very sleek, to the point. And I'll swatch it for you guys. Very pretty color, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on my lips. No line or anything, just kind of see what it looks like. Bare lip. So this is kind of what it looks like. Bare lip, no line or anything. Gives a very pretty soft sheen to the lip. It feels super duper hydrating. It definitely lives up to that dewy claim. My lips feel soft and just, it's very comfortable. So very cute, very subtle. If I was rocking no makeup, I probably would throw this on with no lip liner. If I wanted to wear this, you know, out, I probably would throw in some lip liner just to fill out my lips a little bit more, make them look a little bit bigger, and then give this as like an overlay top coat. But yeah, very, very cute. I'll just let this kind of sit in my lip for now until we go in with this. But I actually do think before we set, I want to go over my face. Even though it's set down with powder, I kind of want to try to use one of the liquid blushes on top and see how it lays on top of powders, just out of curiosity. So kind of want to try that. I'm going to go in a little bit with a little bit more of Joy and just add a little bit to see, you know, how it acts with the powder. So we're going to do that really quickly. This time I think I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and dip in with a brush. I actually think that layered really nicely. It gave like a really pretty finishing touch to the cheek, like a really light glow to it. So I mean, if I wanted to go no highlighter, I totally could. I think this is very pretty. So I think that putting it on the back of your hand and dabbing in with a brush is kind of the way to go with this product. Just because, like I said earlier, it's easier to add than take away. Very pretty. And I'm gonna go into next, before I do my mascara, I'm gonna set my face, and I grabbed her 4-in-1 mist. Here is the packaging, pretty straightforward, kind of like all the other ones are. Very muted pink top. See the mister. Okay, not too bad. This setting mist is a ultra fine glow boosting mist that hydrates, primes, sets, and refreshes the skin. It says it's a prime and set mist, so I guess you could have used this before and then obviously use it to set. Ooh, I don't know about you, but that looks good. So I would say the mister isn't the most fine mister I've ever used in my whole entire life. It definitely kind of spats a little bit, but it's pretty fine droplets, so it doesn't feel like it's like a huge like on your face. It definitely is a little bit finer droplets. It just like, it doesn't spray like super soft like other ones I've tried, but I don't mind it at all. And I really love the finish it gave me. I have such a pretty glow to my skin. Yes, queen, love that product. All right, we are back and ready for the final product. This is the Matte Souffle Lip Cream Lipstick, and there are 12 shades, I believe, in this one. I got the shade Inspire, which is, it says it's Selena's go-to shade, so I just really want to try it out. It's like a very pretty red, but it has like the slightest orange undertone. I don't know if you can tell. So definitely want to try this out. Don't really have a lot of bright color stuff. I always get nudes and stuff. So we're gonna see how this looks. I don't have a liner or anything, so there's no liners in this line. But allegedly, apparently these are made to be able to also like line your lips and just be like a whole lip product in one. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you guys first. It says that it's a weightless air whipped lip cream that hugs lips with rich color and nourishing hydration that gives a soft, velvety matte finish. Let's go ahead and put this on. Alright guys, here is the lip. It took me a minute. Honestly, I'm better with like lip liners and then filling in the lines. I'm just It's usually how I am with my lips. It's hard for me to go in with like a thicker doe foot and kind of fill in my whole lip. So had to clean it up a little bit, but I love it. I'm obsessed. This is the prettiest color. Like I said, it's like a red, but it has like the slightest orange undertone. So it's like very vibrant, not too like true red, but I'm obsessed with it. And these are so comfortable. Oh my God. They don't fully dry down matte, at least it hasn't yet on me. But if you like blot your lips, you definitely can feel that velvetyness to it. And it just feels so soft and nourishing and hydrating. And so I am literally obsessed with it. I honestly probably will have to get more colors of these because like I mentioned in my last video, if you watched it, if you didn't, go watch it. With masks and everything, you know, having to wear masks, matte lips are kind of more practical. And so this would actually be perfect to wear under a mask because it won't transfer that much because there's not like a glossy finish. So I am so impressed. I love this lip. Oh my God. She's spicy, she's sassy. She's just the whole vibe. Like if I saw me in public, I'd be like, not today. Don't mess with her. Don't mess with that girl. Okay, so let's do a quick rundown of everything that I used in today's video and talk about my first impressions, thoughts, and one of my favorites. Let's start off by obviously the first thing I use, the primer. I really liked the primer. I definitely can't wait to use it more under other foundations too to see how it performs, but overall the finish of it is exactly what I usually go for. My face felt really plump and hydrated, but it had a good tackiness to it once it kind of dried down, which is usually good for putting on foundation, so it kind of sticks and absorbs. So I definitely liked it. Once I go through this little bottle, depending on, you know, if I'm still loving it, I might have to grab the big bottle. So I definitely love the primer. That is a definitely recommend for me, and I will for sure be reaching for. Next up, we went in with foundation, obviously. So we have this guy, and I love the foundation. I thought it was fabulous. It was so lightweight. It really felt weightless on my skin. I didn't feel like I still don't feel like I really have anything on my skin. And I put powder and everything on top, so that's pretty crazy. But the price is right. The finish is right. I personally love the doe foot because I like to swatch it on my face instead of having to like pump or, you know, do my fingers. So some people that bothers, but personally I enjoy it. So I just think overall it's a great foundation, great finish, and I love that it's medium to full, so it's definitely buildable. If you want like just a light, you know, layer of foundation just to even everything out, you can do that with this. Or if you want to go full glam, I think you can make that happen with this as well. So overall, I loved it, and I can't wait to be continuing to use it because it is so freaking good. She really killed it with this. Next is the concealer. So I really enjoyed the concealer. I definitely think it was a natural finish. It was about medium coverage for me until I layered it. I definitely am curious to see how this will continue to wear on me because, as I mentioned in my last video, concealer is hard for me. It's tricky, and that's like the most thing I'm picky about with makeup. So seeing how it wears throughout the day, I'll have to see and see if it might be a new go-to for me. But initial application, I really liked it. I wouldn't say it's the most full coverage concealer I've ever used. Definitely not. But it's buildable, and it definitely gives you that coverage that, you know, most people are looking for. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I will definitely keep using it and see how I like it and how it wears on my face. I definitely think it's worth trying out. Next, we went in with the liquid blushes, and I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed. I'm gonna have to get more. I love both of them. Honestly, I don't usually gear towards matte, but this matte one wore so beautifully. As you saw when I applied it, it didn't look too matte on my face. You still saw like a hint of glow come through, and the color is just literally gorgeous. This is the most perfect color to go with any makeup look ever. Literally any makeup look, I think this will match perfectly. I'm obsessed with it. And also Joy, so this one was Bliss, by the way. Joy is the dewy one that I picked up. Also obsessed with this color. It's so vibrant, pretty. This would be pretty to wear on its own, honestly. If you want to dab a little bit before you go to the beach, just to give your cheeks that like cute little pink kissed look. I think these are incredible. And overall, the pigment is insane. So a little goes a long way, as I mentioned. Put on the back of your hand, take a brush, spin it around, dab it around, and then apply. And I think that's the safest way of applying it without going too heavy-handed. But I mean, you're getting your bang for your buck. These are going to last me months and months and months. Honestly, maybe even a year, I don't even know. But I'm obsessed with these. I freaking love them, and you have to go get them literally now. Literally open Sephora now. Next, we went in with the Dewy Lip Balm, and I got the shade Praise, as I mentioned. Very comfortable lip balm. I would wear it on its own, or I would use some liner and then top this on top. And overall, I really liked it. I went out of my comfort zone and got like the peachy color. A muted peach is what it said. So I thought it was really pretty, really different. I typically go for the nudes. I probably will pick up a nude one just because I did like how comfortable they were on my lips. So I would definitely like to get a nude one that I could wear with my go-to nude lip liners. I think that would be a very pretty lip combo. But overall, I really, really liked them. I wouldn't say it's the most like unique product ever, but I definitely enjoyed it and I will definitely use it again. Next, we went in with the Rare Beauty 4-in-1 spray, and as I mentioned, I really liked it. I think my skin has the perfect finish to it right now. It is right up my alley of that very natural finish, very glowy but not oily and too dewy. So I really, really liked it. The sprayer, as I mentioned, isn't the most fine mist I've ever used, but it definitely isn't the worst mist I've ever used either. I will definitely be reaching for it. To me, I don't think it breaks the product. I think the product is good on its own. That's just my very, you know, picky critique, is that the mister could be finer, but I mean, you can't have it all. So I really, really liked this a lot, and I will definitely keep reaching for it daily. And then lastly that we put on is the Matte Souffle Lip Cream Lipstick, and I have the shade on Inspire, and it is just gorgeous. I mean, it's such a statement. I think with like a pretty bare face and then like a bold lip is just like a whole moment, and this lip product is just everything. It feels so creamy, but it doesn't feel like a normal lipstick or gloss, obviously, but it definitely feels hydrating and nourishing, and my lips don't feel like they're like suffocating to breathe, you know? It doesn't feel like they're drying out on me. So it just is such a pretty velvety finish and feel, and I'm obsessed with them. I'm definitely gonna get more colors because this is the most comfortable matte lip I've put on. This is just freaking beautiful. I loved it. So overall, I would say my top products. Let me gather. Okay, my favorite products is for sure the blushes. For sure the blushes, and then I think the foundation comes in third, or I guess technically second. Blushes 1, 2, and then I really liked the primer. I really loved the primer, and then these would come in at a tie for fourth, I believe. So those are my initial thoughts. Definitely, if I were to pick up any three, it would be a blush, the foundation, and I really loved the primer. I really loved the primer, but if you have oily skin, this may not be for you. So as an alternate, I would say one of these two is definitely worth the try. I'm obsessed with all of it. I definitely need to try out some of our other products. I definitely want to pick up the highlighter and maybe the liquid liner. So maybe I'll do that in a future video. I'm not really sure. I just kind of wanted to do the things that caught my eye at first. Try to do a couple things for you guys. But overall, I am so freaking impressed. And I cannot wait to keep using these in upcoming videos and trying them out with other products and seeing how they layer, wear, all that stuff. I can definitely see some of these products being my like go-to every day. So definitely excited to keep trying them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you pick up any of these products, definitely comment below and let me know your thoughts, what you feel, what's your favorite. And yeah, make sure that you like this video if you found it useful, and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Join the fam. And that's about it. So I will see you guys in my next video.